Alright, so in home, right now could add in just a regular image like we did on the Figma design. And I think that is the best option for now because we just want to match our Figma design, okay? So as you can see right now, we have a grid system kind of, or a flexbox system, whatever you would like to build in, right? So I would personally use the grid system. Why? Because it's already taking 50% of screen. This one is already taking 50% of the screen, and on mobile, it's just going to be one column, and on medium device, it's just going to be one column, and just on desktop, it's going to be two columns. So that is the easiest way, I think, to do it on a responsive device. So we're just going to use the grid system, select the two, and then we're just going to add in elements to it, right? So over here, we're gonna just actually add in a container over here. Why? Because inside that container, we're gonna add in the text and we're also gonna add in the button. Okay. So let me check that design again. So yeah, we're gonna have a header and then some text and a button. Inside that container, you can also add in another container or another grid system. Okay. So it's actually gonna be one column and 3 rows. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then we can add in elements to it, right? So over here, then the heading. The only problem that we're going to be facing over here right now is that everything is going to look too organized, okay? So just make sure to edit it a little bit, right? And then text editor, and then the button, just make sure you're using the correct button from BootStrap. So this is going to be the UBE elements button, right? Not just the regular button. So just make sure you have this one, which is just a call to action button. So actually, if we search call to action, so as you can see, you can just do this as well. This is so much easier than what I did. But again, a call to action is a little bit different because you're not going to have all the options that I selected before. But call to action is actually the correct one to choose. All right, and let's just change back this one to a flexbox and this one to an image. All right. And over here, I'm just gonna get that image. I'm gonna go back over here and I'm just gonna choose the image, upload the file, and this is the image. And on a production level website, I would advise you to change the name of this into like home and then the name of the website and then image, for example, because it's gonna um, it's gonna help also as well sometimes with SEO and also as well with the attachment details. You can use it with other plugins, so the details of it can be shown. Okay. So right now, as you can see, image resolution is high, and also the height of it is pretty, it's like too much. All right, so we can just change that, and let's actually make this into 70 VH, or actually 90 VH, maybe 80 VH. All right, and then the content. So we can add in another actually container for the image itself. All right, so let me just duplicate this one. Let's add in the image inside that container. Delete the call to action. And we can actually make the container itself the image if you'd like. Not a slide show. Classic, yep, and then an image. We already have the image uploaded. Select. And let's just delete this image over here. Yep. Image resolution is full, position is default. display size, cover, and let me just delete the image over here. Yep. And I just want the layout of it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that is the one. So we're just gonna click the container and we're just gonna click that call to action. And I just want it to be centered completely. So center, but I want that alignment actually. So I think we're just gonna click on the container that's in it and the line sign, enter. And then let's just click on the grid again and let's actually make this into 90 VH or actually 80 VH. Go back to the container over here and we're just gonna change the position of the image, so top center or center center. Yep, so this one looks exactly like the one. We're just gonna change the text and the color, so the button color is just gonna be the primary and the description color is just a little bit of a gray. The text color was just black. Okay. Right now, let's change the text and the button itself. I think that is in the content. And just like change the button hover. Alright, let's make this into the accent. Alright, so actually the background type. Yep, the color and then primary. And then the text color, let's make it into white. Yep. And let's change the text that is inside it. So that will be in the content. The button text is get started. Over here, we can just get the text from the Figma design. So we're just gonna get that subtitle and the text that is inside it. So I'm just gonna copy this one and I'm just gonna add it over here. Over here, you can just call it Anguedu, for example. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just publish this one. So we're actually almost done. We're just gonna add in the brand Carousel and then just make sure of everything on mobile and tablet. So let's check out on tablet and on all right, so on mobile it's a little bit different. We want the image to be like this and the text to be under it, but we just want the container and everything to be centered. Okay, so justified content column. Alright, so maybe I just need to change the content over here or style or something, but we figured that out. That is fine. So again, let's go back to the container. I think the issue is in the container. Space around, space evenly, center, and stretch center. So let's actually publish it just on mobile. Let's see if actually on desktop the layout returns to its original node. Okay, so that is an issue we would need to fix. The only difference is I'm just gonna actually fix the responsiveness of. I'm just gonna copy, or actually don't have to copy. You can just right click and duplicate. Alright, so under it is just gonna be the same grid system all over again. But let's go into this grid system, go into advanced, go into responsive, and hide this one on mobile. Alright, on tablet, I'm not really sure if we're using the same layout. So let's just zoom out and check that one. Yeah, so on mobile, on tablet, we have a different layout. Alright, so hide this on mobile, on tablet. Right, so as you can see, so on mobile and tablet, that would be hidden. Alright, and this one is going to be the one that's being showed. Alright, and we want it to be actually different. So we're just going to add in another container over here, which is going to be a grid system, but it's just going to be a 2-column grid system. Alright, so I'm sorry, just 1 column and 2 rows. Alright, so 1 column, 2 rows. Right, and we can just copy the elements over here. What else do we have? So we have the container, the call to action. Okay, we just need to add in that other container over here. And as you can see right now, that's why I duplicated it. All right. Okay, so that is exactly what we want, but we want this grid system to have a minimum height of at least 75 VH. Okay. Right now, let's go into advanced and let's go into responsive. Hide on desktop and leave it on tablet and mobile, because this is the one that we want for tablet and mobile. We just need to adapt it a little bit. Okay. And why have I done this? Is because there were no options to just do it like directly from the grid system itself over here. So I just made the whole grid system again, and I just hid the one that I don't want on desktop. So let me just show you what I mean. Right now it's not showing over here. Why? Because in the theme itself, right, the Hello Elementor theme, you just need to define the page that you want to use as your home page. And right now I'm using the dynamic one, which is the posts page. All right, and just select home page as home. And if you have a post page, you can make that your blog page later on. All right. So as you can see, directly changed the home page over here to what we want. Okay. There is just some little modifications we're going to be doing to the image itself. All right, so let's refresh right now. As you can see right now, the home page is supposed to be the Angu EDU with the image on the right over here. So that is exactly what happened. We're just gonna go to Web Developer Tools. And right now, as you can see, there is a little bit of an issue. It is hidden on like tablets and everything, but there is the spacing for it still. So maybe I did not select the correct grid system, or maybe the empty. Right, so there is an empty grid system. We can just delete this one. Yep, that is the one that's probably causing the issue because of the duplicate. All right, tablet portrait, because this is the one that we're actually editing on. So let's refresh this. And bear in mind that issues could happen like a lot when you're building with WordPress, so that's fine. Just adapt with it and fix whatever issue is at your hand. So as you can see on tablet right now, it's fixed, but the image itself, the like the length of the image itself is not correct, and also where we need to add in like the brand carousel afterwards, right? And we're gonna just do that. So iPhone 12. So as you can see right now, it is just not like adapted for like mobile and tablets still because of the image size. And don't worry, this one's not gonna be like this whole container is not gonna be shown on like desktop at all, like this whole grid system. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into the container and the image and then the style, and I'm just gonna change the position of it to top center, or maybe center, top right, or maybe center right. Okay, so let's make this contain and no repeat. Okay, so let's actually make it custom. So here is the width. So if we do 100%, the only issue that we're having is the height of the image itself. Okay, so let's actually fix that. That is fine, right? So let's actually go into the grid system. And if you go into the layout of the grid system, let's keep this as, again, like I said, 80VH. So that is helping a little bit, but still, it's not what we want. We want the auto flow to be in column. Align item centered, align item center. As you can see, like this is not the best thing, so we could just go into downloads, you know, just honestly just edit it with the regular like editor over here, and we're just gonna crop this side. So to fix this, all we need to do is just go and crop the image over here, the exact thing we need, right? Maybe a little bit higher, and yeah, that's good. Okay, save options, save as a copy. And I'm just gonna go into downloads and save it next to it, but just let's rename it, for example, medium small devices. And style, want the width to take 100%, a little bit to the top center. And right now, as you can see, the like not each container is taking out the correct height, so we can just make this into 50VH. Alright, and this one, the call to action, no, actually let's make this minimum height to 60VH, and this one to minimum height of 40VH. Alright, but actually let's make it to 35, and this one to be 55, maybe 50. Alright, and this will take 40. Let's go back to the image and then make it to 50 VH. Let's 35, maybe 30. And publish it. Alright, but there are just some minor things that we could add into the image. Okay, not position, not display, not motion effects. We want the image itself to have some border radius, so be rounded from the sides. So we can make that to like 8 pixels. Alright, and then add in a box shadow. Alright. What else? What else? We just need that box shadow to be a little bit vertically, a little bit horizontal, so we can just make that like it's coming from the right and make vertical to 5. Blur, increase, maybe increase the spread a little bit, just a little bit. And I think that looks better, to be honest, but we can just decrease the blur a little bit. Keep it to 20. And the color itself can just get a little bit to the black or beige. Maybe you can use beige as well, like whatever color you would like. But in the Figma like example, we made it just using black. Alright, so we're just gonna select black, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe increase the vertical a little bit so it looks a little bit better, and increase the blur a little bit more, and yeah, that looks really good. Okay, let's check it out right now on mobile. So I think it would adapt on mobile as well. So yeah, on mobile it adapted as well. The only issue we're having right now is the call to action. Like everything, we want it to be on like mobile to be centered, right? So if I go and I try to center everything over here from advanced, it did not work. So let's go back into content and see if there's anything we could do over here. Right, I just want to make sure that the button itself is also having the link. Yeah, so the link can just go into courses. Okay, style. So when I try to, so yeah, as you can see right now, the alignment is the like the fix for that, but there is an issue, right? If I go into desktop and I do this on the desktop version, which is this one, all right, it will be applied as well to desktop. That's why I separated the elements completely, all right? So this section, like basically is not going to be shown on except like mobile and tablet. So if I center this on mobile and tablet, that is fine. So yeah, as you can see, so you can either do this thing that I just did over here, which is basically having like a mobile version for the page and a mobile version for the like a desktop, but it's gonna get too confusing. But this is just a workaround for the hero Jumbotron, just for the issues that was happening to me. So I fixed those using this, right? There are better ways that you could do this. And as you could see, here is one of the issues starting to appear, which is basically undefined array key background color. Why? Because the mobile version and the desktop version have different versions completely, alright? Alright, so let's just go into advanced and responsive and hide this on tablet on mobile. I think this one is the one that's causing the issue. Let's publish this one and see how it goes. Right, so that's messing up the layout on mobile, so that's why I created this different version. It's not the best way to do it, but again, I just wanted to show you a workaround to fix responsiveness if you have an issue with it. Okay, so in the slider content, we just want to add in some images actually. All right, so let's just search for slider. UBE post slider, advanced slider, slider container. All right, let's check out the regular slider. Yep, this is the one we want. Add items, background type, classic, and then choose the image. Over here, we're just gonna upload the files. So yeah, the 3 logos from Wikimedia. All right, let's start by the LinkedIn logo, SVG. It's an SVG and a PNG, so that's pretty cool. So we can just select that one, and if you want to upload SVGs, that's fine, but you need to adapt an option in Elementor. It's called enable unfiltered uploads, which is not the best option as like for most cases for security, but okay. For now, we're just gonna add in the PNG instead of the SVG. We need to add in another item and background type classic. Let's choose the image, which the second one was Adobe. So I'm just gonna select this Adobe. Position, center, display size, cover. But for now the items are not shown still. There's something wrong. So let's just delete this advanced slider. Go into our regular slider. Height, maybe we just need to increase the height. Yeah. So let's actually make this into 20 VH. Items, item 1. Alright, slides to show, we want 3. Alright, so I think just we need to fix the layout of the items that is inside. Autoplay and infinite loop transition speed, we can change that. But right now we just need to add in another image. Alright, so another item and background type classic image. We're just gonna add in the Google logo for now, and we're gonna upload another one just to have like 4 elements on the screen. Alright, so that the carousel could move and we see that. Okay, position, center, attachment. We're looking for object fit, display size, cover. Let's actually make it contain and no repeat. Alright, so default. Okay. Full resolution, let's make it medium. So whenever we just have the correct dimensions for the images, we can just apply this to all the slider images. Let's make this into a thumbnail, 150 by 150. Display contain. Maybe let's actually make the display size custom, but we can only repeat this, so let's just continue. Alright, so that is for item number 3. Item number 2, I'm just gonna do this same thing. Position, default, repeat, no, contain. The only issue we're having right now, I think, is the quality of the images itself. So let's actually have this at full resolution. So let's actually make it 2448 by 2048. Let's see how that would so still not crisp. That's fine. Position, we do not want this. We want the last item just to fix the item. All right, then we're gonna go into the slider options. Tabs, maybe it's just getting a little bit laggy from yeah. All right, position default, attachment default. Just delete the no repeat and contain. All right, so the LinkedIn image quality looks good. I'm not really sure if the the Google SVG or the Google yeah, maybe the logo sizes are pretty small. That's why the quality itself is not that good. So we can just get better quality images and add them over here. That is fine. Okay, so is because the background color was missing, so we just need to add these for each element. So go into each item and just go into the color. Choose whatever color you would like, just make it transparent. Same thing for item number 3. Whatever color, just make it transparent. Item number 4, whatever color, just make it transparent. Publish. Alright, let's go to desktop, to tablet, I'm sorry. Right, same thing is on tablet, same thing is on mobile. Right, let's go check that out. So as you can see, the error is gone right now. Alright, let's go also as well to the mobile layout that was causing this undefined key background color. So this one is in the, I think, the element over here. So undefined background color key. So it's either in this container, right? So we have style. We don't have a background color selected for this, so I think it's for this container. All right. Since it does not have a color, we're just gonna choose dark, and then just make this transparent. Publish it. And let's just refresh that. And bear in mind, sometimes these errors can happen. All you need to do is just try to find a way to debug them, and you're gonna be good. Okay. So this one did not work. Let's try this container. All right, does this one have like a color? So let's try the image that's inside it. Does it have a color? Does the container of it have a color? All right, so those are the questions. So yeah, I think this one was the issue. Yep, that is the issue. And right now, just make it into transparent. Or let's actually just remove that completely. Or we can just delete the image. Alright, how can we delete it? There was like a small delete button over here, but it's not there anymore. I don't know why, because maybe we're using the container. So color, we can just, let's actually make this into without any background type at all. And let's see if the image error is fixed or not. And yeah, here it is, it's fixed now. So I'm really glad that we ended this up on a good note. We fixed all the errors. All right. And as you can see right now, it does match right now exactly what the Figma design is showing. Alright, so let's keep this to the side. Right, and let's keep this one to the side. Okay. Close this one. Close this one. Alright. So as you can see on mobile, it does look exactly like the one that we have on desktop, on the Figma design, I'm sorry. So get started. Maybe we can just move it a little bit to the top, right? And then the text is centered. And then this button, we can also uh, hide those. That's why at the beginning of the video, I made those separately, right? So we can hide elements later on. But for now, we're just gonna keep that call to action one. But later on, you can just change those and have each separate element that you could hide on desktop, mobile, and everything. And then just the partner's logo. All right. And the only difference is it's just one slide. It's not 3 slides. And I think this one looks better. Let's go into the tablet mode. Right. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Right. And over here as well. And zoom out a little bit. All right. So on tablet, this does look the exact same as well. It does even look better, to be honest. The image is taking all of it, and then you scroll down, and the partners is down here, and it's 2 slides, and they work perfectly, right? And finally, on desktop, it looks really good as well, right? It's messed up because of the zoom, so if you zoom back to 100, it will be fixed. So that is pretty much it in terms of the home page. See you guys in the next video, where we're basically gonna be fixing up the shop. So when you're done doing the homepage, what I would advise you with is that one of the plugins we installed at the beginning of the video is something called Updraft. And what is Updraft? Updraft is just a plugin that allows you to back up and migrate your website. And it's pretty much one of the best plugins that I ever used. I use it to this day to a lot of my websites, and it's pretty good. There are a lot of alternatives as well, but I feel comfortable using Updraft Plus. And you can try the alternatives if you want. They mostly work in the same way, but I do really trust the Updraft plugin because I have had a really good experience with it within the past few years. All right, so just make sure to go into settings and then your Updraft Plus Backups, and then hit backup now. It will request the start of the backup. Everything is going to be backed up, and that is pretty much it. These are all the steps you need to do for building up the homepage and then backing it up. Right now, we're just going to build up the shop page using Elementor, right? We're going to fix some of the elements. We're going to add in a slider, and that will be pretty much it. And also the responsive page and everything. And then we will be done basically building the Elementor and BootStrap elements theme, right? So after you're done, basically, you will see the backup over here. Just give it a little while, and you will see the backup over here. And that's pretty much it. All right, so just give it a just give it a little while, and basically you'll be done. Everything is going to be showing over here in the existing backups. All right.